I grew up in a family where we would go to church on Christmas and Easter, but I never knew the difference between Christmas or Easter. I've always been confident in my abilities, but never confident in who I was. And so very early on, I just was seeking validation from others. The girls that I was around, they taught me that, hey, if you want anything, you can take it as long as you're sneaky about it. And so that's when my habit of shoplifting started. I have a younger cousin, and I had told her that I was stealing and how it was so amazing to take what you want, and the feeling behind it was so unbelievable. And so my mom dropped us off at the mall, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna show you how to do all of this. We have like stuff under our clothes, we have stuff in our bags, and someone tapped me on the shoulder, and immediately I turned around, and it is a man in an all-black outfit and two police officers standing next to him. I start taking things out of my bag, and then I start taking things off that I'm wearing under the clothes. They were just baffled that we had that much on us. And they said, you have over $500 individually on each of you. We're gonna be pressing charges. They handcuffed me and my cousin, and we were put in the back of a cop car. And so because it was my first charge, after about 24 hours, they were able to send me home. It wasn't until a year after that where one of my best friends, she invited me to a Young Life summer camp. At camp, there is one night where they ask all of the high school students to go around the campus and just pray. And I went to the basketball court looking up at the stars and thinking, like, if you're real, like, why would you allow me to get caught? Why would you allow me to have all this shame and all this burden? And like, I remember just having this sense of like, the Lord say to me, I didn't do it to you. I did it for you. And one day you'll see why. After that, I came back home, and my cousin, she lived out at the beach, and she said, hey, I've been going to the Church of 1122, but I would love for you to join me. And so for years, I attended 1122. And so I had a friend, and she sent me something on social media and said, hey, I saw this, but thought of you, and you might want to check it out. And so that's when I was introduced to the Verb Kind, which is a mentor group that works with at-risk teenagers. And I went the first Monday. I pull up, and immediately I am just like, because I realized the place that I just pulled into is the same place where my parents picked me up from when I was 15 years old. And the Lord so kindly reminded me, do you remember when you were 16 years old and I told you I didn't do it to you, but I did this for you? This is why. And so about a year and a half into serving at the juvenile jail, I had asked to meet with the pastor of prison ministry. And so from that moment on, I started serving with prison ministry at the Church of 1122. And the revival that's happening inside of those walls is crazy. It is years and years later, and I'm like, praise God for that moment where my hands were handcuffed and my ankles were handcuffed, because it brought me to you and brought me to more of your children. And so from that day, one of my favorite places to be is jail.